Alrighty, this is just a trading disclosure that I need to provide, and there we go. So we got a few things moving. As you can see here, I updated trade alerts. We're going to have the symbol, the price, direction, and the trade type. This is RVOL 5X. This just means that relative volume is 5 times as much as normal. So that's for PSHG. As you can see here, the volume is coming in. There's really no news. The only news we have is for these two, but this is on 6/11, 6/12. I still need to update to only show today's news, but I will get that done. Now, the one thing that I am looking for when the market opens a little bit over an hour is USEG. What I'm looking to do is possibly short that, because if we look at it's right here in pre-market. It's right up here. So what I'm looking to do is probably short that if I can get a chance. Because then, as you can see here, it pops up, drops off, pops up, drops. And hopefully we can get a short on that when the market opens up. What I'm going to be looking for on that short is a topping tail. So far, I haven't made any trades this morning. USEG has been pretty active this morning. I mean, it started like at 4 o'clock. It just started really trading. I don't see any news on it, to be honest. updated the code for pre-market gainers to show anything that's over 1,000 volume on a 1 minute chart. So that's why some of these pop up and then go away. If we look at PRZO, that's really not trading in. TORO is just bouncing around a little bit. USCG is really moving. So I'm going to be watching that when the market opens up in a little over an hour. And USCG and the spread on USCG is right around 1 to 2 cents. So that's pretty good. I mean, you can get in on the bid and ask pretty good. To get going. USCG kind of came up to the session VWAP and kind of bounced off of it. It's up like 79%. The float is 10 million, so it's considered low float. The volume is there. That's what I'm thinking. We could possibly have a short on this in the morning because it gapped up. And what I'm looking for is a topping tail like that in the daily. What I'm looking for possibly would be a nice something like this. You have a topping tail here and then try to get in on a short. But I mean, as you can see here, the VWAP was riding up, so I probably wouldn't do that. I would wait until it kind of starts rolling over. And right now it's just kind of flat, which is actually good. We'll see what the open brings. Well, what you can also do is, if you look inside here, we had a run up and then the volume was kind of dwindling down, and then you had an inside bar right here with volume, and then you get in on the short right there and get about 20 cents. But what I'm looking for is in the morning or in the open to actually try to get it to move all the way back down. I mean, if we can get it to move back down to even 2, which is right here, that'd be a nice 50-cent move for a short. And a lot of these low floats, they'll just pop up and then drop off during the day. I mean, in the morning, it could pop up even higher, and then later on in the morning, it can start dropping off. Right now, I'm looking for as far as for the application goes for Ticker Zcan, what I'm looking for is to get I've got a list of a little over 1,000 stocks to actually work on as far as for low floats. So I'm trying to get see if there's more out there. And I mainly only look, as far as the exchanges for low floats, I'm only mainly looking at NYSE and NASDAQ. Those really are the only ones I really look at. I don't look at other ones. Like I won't look at the Shanghai NASDAQ or anything like that. I'm mainly just try to get the NYSE and NASDAQ exchange for low floats. You might see other scanners out there, and there's more. You might see more tickers on those scanners than what you see on mine, and they might be grabbing anything and everything. So, and I really don't like that. I try to get this to only show things that are over $1. So if it's under $1, I'm not going to mess with it. It has to be over $1, and it has to have at least a minimum of 1,000 volume within a 1 minute. So, and also the trade alerts, it's going to scan, and when we have 5 times the volume, like let's say we have like 1,000 volume average, and then all of a sudden it goes up to 5,000. Well, in 1 minute, that's going to show up on the trade alerts. And that's really all I care about. And for the low floats, I have it between 1 and 20, I think 1 and 20 or $1 and $25. And the float has to be under 20 million. I know some people do like, oh, under 10 million, but I mean, 20 million is fine. I definitely wouldn't go over 20 million for a float. See, like PRZO is 16 million. That's pretty good. USEG is 10 million. Toro is 8 million. See, NUKK, we've got price 1450. Direction, you would want to go long. RVOL 5 times. Now, this is not saying go ahead and jump right in to the stock. This is just saying, okay, the volume has picked up. That's all that's saying. As you can see here on the 30-second chart, it did pick up like almost 3,000. Yeah, so it's like 3.6 thousand. As you can see here, the volume ticked up, and that's why it showed. Because I have the relative volume to look at the past history and get an average and just get the relative volume. That's why NUKK popped up. But there's really no news. And that doesn't mean there won't be. NUKK is kind of moving, but you don't jump in. I don't jump in right here in UK. I don't jump in right here. And also the spread on this thing's like 70 cents. That's just astronomical. 70-cent spread. I wouldn't even touch this thing. But let's say it was a decent spread. I still wouldn't get in. Why? I mean, yeah, it is moving. The volume started to pick up, but where are you going to get in? I mean, yeah, you could get in here at 60, get out here at 80, get yourself 20 cents if the spread was tight. But, I mean, where are you going to put your stop? Down here? I mean, you get in here, put your stop down here. That's a quarter. Yeah, you got yourself a quarter. I mean, you could do that. What I like doing is I just like for it to move up and then give me a slight pullback and look at the 30-second and try to get in. But, I mean, the spread's just crazy. It's tightened up. It's got like a 10-cent spread now. And I've noticed once the volume starts picking up, the spreads will get tighter. But there's no catalyst. I don't see any news. That doesn't mean there isn't any news. It just hasn't hit the wire yet. I mean, we got 15,000 volume, so the volume is definitely picking up. As you can see here on the 30-second chart, it'll probably show up on the trade alert if that's like 5 times as much, which kind of looks like it is. Yeah, the R-vol is 41. Yeah, so, I mean, that's high. So it's definitely moving. But then again, the spread's just ridiculous. See, NUKK showed up, R-vol. So, but the spread's ridiculous. Now it's like 30 cents, 10 cents. It's just jumping around. It's tightened up to 5 cents. I'm just not going to touch it because I don't see any. There's no reason for it to be going up. I don't see any news. There's no catalyst on it. And Toro, that was like 611. That was a couple days ago. Yeah, this spread's kind of like 30 cents. I mean, it's just I just wouldn't touch it. Spread's high, no catalyst. So I just really wouldn't deal with it. Now news could come in. Sometimes I've seen these move, and then like the PR firm, like the company will say, okay, we want to send out a PR, and what they'll do is they'll send out a PR. And then they'll say, okay, only release it at like 8:30. See, most of these PRs get released at 7, 7:30, 8, and 8:30 and 9. Because 7 o'clock, that's when traders start coming into the office. Retail traders like me will get up, start looking at what's moving, any news out there, things like that. So that's why these companies release these. And they might get it to move, and then all of a sudden be like, okay, send out the press release, and then the company will send out the press release or enable it. And then it'll show up, and then it'll show up on these PR websites. And then what I'm doing with the code is I'm just scanning through those PRs, but also if you look at top press releases, let me drag it in from the other window. If you look at it, the title, I'm only showing the title here. And the code that I have written searches through the title and it's looking for keywords. And if those keywords are there, it will show up on here. This doesn't show up just any press release. It has to have a keyword for it to show up. And also right here, this code right here, when it says news, it has to have a keyword to show up. Strengthens U.S. Innovative Solutions Lab. I mean, I think strengthens is one of them. Releases, sustainability might be one. Releases, things like that. Also, when you see news like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, that's definitely going to show up. A keyword cancer, that's definitely going to show up. Some of these crypto stocks were running, so I was putting in. So I have keywords for crypto stuff. See, like right here, let me get rid of this press release. Right here, we had a pullback. The volume's drying up though. This green bar is pretty high. I mean, it really didn't run up that much. But if you went in on the break of this consolidation right here at like 45, I mean, you might be able to get up to 18 to the whole dollar. But I mean, it broke 17, so it broke the whole dollar. It looks like it's going to break down. PRXYG. That's news from yesterday. And all these are news from yesterday, a couple days ago. Yeah, so that's really not anything. XHG. Yeah, I mean, it had volume. It came in. It's got 3x volume. 3x volume. But I mean, there's nothing there. TORO. UICG, let's see what that's doing. It's kind of slow today. 8:37 market be opening up in a little bit less than an hour. We'll see what we can get in the hour. So I'm just going to mute myself. I'm going to hang back. I'm going to keep this stream going. And I'm going to work on the app. I'm trying to look see if there's more ticker symbols out there. I'd like to get a list of, right now I've got a little over 1,000 for low floats, a list of them. I'd like to try to get that up a little bit more and try to get every single one of them I can. And that way it will give us a lot of opportunities. So it looks like we could open up lower. We have a gap down in the markets. Nothing's really showing up on the scanners. I think RBNE. What was that? RBNE. Yeah, Robin Energy was good one this morning early before I started streaming. RBNE was really decent. Well, it was right here. Was really good one. I mean, it hit like right around in here, and you could have gotten in on the break of this right here with the volume coming in. Gotten in on the break of that. Once it started, the doji consolidated, got out for like a buck 70. Even if you got a $1.50 on that, $1.50, that's really good. I mean, 1,000 shares, that's like $1,500 right there. That'd be an awesome morning to start off with, wouldn't it? So RBNE was really good. Also, and then it consolidated back down here. And then volume started coming back in. We ran up, we broke that, we pulled back. We had a micro pullback right here. Could have gotten in on the break of that micro pullback and ran that up for like $2. So that could have been, a lot of people made some money on that one today. And those were really good shares. We're talking 120,000, 200,000, 190,000. Even right in here during that break was 73,000. So that was a really good one. Let's look at USEG. I'm hoping I can get a short on that this morning. SDOT popped up. Then it went away. RPS, nothing's going on. Toro. Marps, no. Toro's nothing there either. Volume's dried up. PRZO, no volume. Volume's drying up. I mean, you can see right here, the volume is just not there. NUKK. Yeah, USEG is the highest one for volume. USEG, I thought I saw it up to 90%. Now it's 87. So, hopefully we can get something good on USEG. I don't think I'm going to be looking to buy it, just because right here, I mean, look at that. We've got that resistance right up in there. I mean, it could pop all the way up here. You just don't know. Just try to read the market as it opens and see what we can get. We got volume coming in on USEG. MTEK. No news. There's no catalyst on anything. Let's see. Market's going to open up in 20 minutes. MTEK, there's nothing there. I mean, I had a 12% change, but there's really nothing there. Same MARPS is nothing there. Toro's a 14, PRZO 18% change, NUKK is 25% change. I mean, NUKK could be a short. I have to see how it's running up because we have resistance right here. I'll put that on my list. NUKK, just to keep a look at it to see if we can't get a short on that. But USEG, I mean, yesterday, I think it was TR, I can't remember which one it was. I went long and short on it. It was RSLS. RSLS. Yesterday I went short. Yesterday RSLS I went long and short on that. That was pretty good. Yeah, USEG could be popping here early. Could be popping early before the market opens and then give it all back. That's the thing about these low floats. You don't invest in them. They're pump and dumps. They run up and then they sell off. Just pop. They pop and then they drop. You definitely don't hold the bag on no low float. Primary exchange bats. GRNQ. But what do we got? 13 green token will be listed on GreenX. Okay. That is today's news on the 13th. It's going up 11%. Floats 4 million. Volume 1 minutes 2,000. RVOL is 2.5. It's on the scanner, so we'll just keep a look at it. How come NYSE bats? How about NASDAQ? No. NYSE is nothing. No. Could just look for the ticker. So RBNE, RBNE. Run query, RBNE. Huh? Change. SNES. 2001 minute. Whoops. SNES. News a couple days ago. I'm going to be updating that possibly today to only show news for the current day where it shows up here. And I think what I'm going to do is later on I'm going to take I need to redo the main window here. This is not, it's going to look different. The main window is going to be different, but I'm going to have it so where we can maybe have a research area here where you click on it and a window pops open, you put it in a ticket and it gives you all the information about it. I mean, everything I can get. Well, everything useful. And then yeah. Market's going to open up in 12 minutes. XNAS, all markets. USCG is selling off a little bit. It came down back to the VWAP, session VWAP. Market's going to open up in 9 minutes. We'll see. XNAS, XNYS, ARCX. Mm-hmm. Come on. Yeah, personally, I know that pulled back, and it looks like it could break that. The problem with that is that 30 seconds not showing any volume. It showed heavy volume coming in, and these green candles just light volume. So could it pop up to the high there, 277? Sure, but it's not ideal. And the market's going to open up in a few minutes. When the market opens up, I'm going to switch over to biggest gainers, low flow gainers, and keep the trade alerts there. So during pre-market, I just use pre-market gainers because all the rest of them, except for top press releases like low float, biggest, and top traded gainers, they're not going to show pre-market. That's why I have the pre-market here. And the filter that I've coded in for the pre-market is only showing low floats. Those are the best ones that move during pre-market. So at 9:30, I'm going to remove the pre-market and go with biggest gainers and low float, and then have it up here. Possibly this right here, I'll put the trade signals down here. And that was the screen for the server. Everything's running local on my machine. I want to test to make sure everything's working properly. And this will be released to the public. I'm definitely going to release it to the public, the scanner. But I need to get things worked out first. Look at USEG. Look at you. I think you want to go down. So 12th S dot. Alright, RVOL's nothing. RCO and UKK. Nothing. USCG. So I don't think that's going to be it. .4 minutes. 3 minutes. One minute. Market open. Go ahead and get the biggest gainers and low floaters. Okay, market's open. Let's just see what we got. I'm going to remove these pre-market. And I've got to wait about a minute or two before the low floaters and the biggest gainers get updated. It takes a little bit for the... So if we look at the low floaters here, that is from what was yesterday. Then the biggest gainers here, that was from yesterday. And we need at least 1 minute of data before we can actually start looking at getting this updated. So these biggest gainers and low floaters, what I should do is write the code and just blank this out and then just say waiting for data. And it should update here pretty soon. Yeah, so the biggest gainer is being updated. The low float gainers, CEAD. USEG is selling off. In about 8 minutes, if anything shows up on the trade alerts, it could be the opening range. I wait for about 10 minutes and then I look to see if there's any opening range trades. That means at 9:35, 9:40, if the stocks in I think the biggest gainers in the traded, maybe, I don't think I've added the low floats. I need to add the low floats. Those are, if it's still trading above the VWAP, it's going to show up as an opening range, and that's just showing strength. So we might be able to jump in and get a trade. I did that with RSLS yesterday. We got USEG. I mean, if you look at that, I could possibly try to get a short on that. We got the biggest gainers. WTI is up about 14%. We got CCCM, that's up 11. That's nothing there. But WTI, that's the biggest gainer. $2 stock. The float is 97 million. So, and the news is from yesterday. Yeah, WTI is just, yeah. We got low float gainers here. 86% on HUSA. That's trading below the VWAP. We got USEG. USEG. You've got Icon. There's no catalyst on that either. On Icon. Icon's trading below the VWAP. Indio. Below the VWAP. CGTL. I mean, the market gap down during the morning. CGTL. Toro, PIH, Xena. Xena. Xena's looking good. We could possibly try to get a get in on that when you get a pullback. What I do is on my other screen here, I have another screen here and I put like 4 charts in there. I just keep that on my other screen so I can look to see what's going on. I wonder what the spread is on Xena. Xena's got like a 5-cent, 6-cent spread. Again, this is Ticker Zcan custom scanner that I'm building. It will be releasing to the public. Like I did here the top traded gainers. So this is going to be the top traded. These are ones with high volume coming in. Right now the RVOL is 000. That's probably because they're big stocks. Floats are kind of low. I might have to update the code. That RVOL relative volume might not be updating on the top trader. these are the top traded ones. We got RBNE, HUSE, USEG. Xena on the 30-second. The volume kind of picked up there. That's little bit, but it's trading above the VWAP. We got about 2 minutes before the code runs for the opening range. That's looking for the first 5 minutes if it's trading above the VWAP. Also, certain criteria, those will show up. Those type of trades, yeah, like Xena, if you would have gotten in on that, that one's moving. As you can see here, we ran up, we pulled back. Micro pullback on JVA. You would have gotten 15 cents on that. So if you're in on that, what you could do, like here, you jumped in, you risk about 10 cents. You're up about 15 cents. What you can do is just move, sell half, move to break even, and see what the rest can do. JVA is nothing. Wouldn't touch it. Just because it shows up on the trade alerts don't mean anything. I mean, well, it does mean something. What I'm saying is, when it shows up on the trade alerts, that does not mean to jump in. This is not a trade signal to be like, oh, let's just jump in. No. This is telling you something's setting up. Xena, looks like we have a doji that was trying to form. If you look on a 30-second chart, the volume's really not there. I mean, it could pop. And looks like we got $6. It popped the $6 hole mark. So I look for on Xena. Xena, we had a nice run up, and then we had a pullback. And I look at the 30-second chart because we had a run up. We had a small pullback. It looked like a little tiny hammer, and you could have gotten in here and put your stop down there for about 10 cents and tried to go for the high right there, which you got yourself 10 cents. You could have sold half, moved to break even, and then see what the rest of it can do. I mean, the volume on that is like 29,000, 38,000. So you could get half fills, who knows. Opening range on ASTS and CCCM. CCM, I just wouldn't touch it, not much there, not enough volume. The price on ASTS is a $41 stock. Now, if we look at that, I wrote an indicator. Personal indicator, wrote quite a few of them. Okay, so the opening range, you can risk, if you only want to risk $100, this is what the indicator is. If you only want to risk $100, you get in 23 shares now, and your stop is down at 36.2. So right down here at 36.2, it's trading. I mean, if you look at this, the daily, I mean, it's pretty extended right here. But what this does is you can risk $100. For every $100 you can get in like 25 shares, and your stop will be down at 36.2. This is for continuation trades. We got ASTS. And then those trade alerts will go away. So what you can do is just write them down real quick. I'm going to write the code to keep them up there for a couple more minutes, even when the alert is over. But you got USEG change at 75%. That could be a short. Yeah, see, it ran up. I've been looking to short that. A lot of these low floaters will give back their gains. But ASTS, got a spread of about 5 cents. SSL. Yeah, the news is on the 9th. I got to update the code to only show news for the current day. There's no catalyst for SSL. Xena. We got PPIH, Toro. ASTS is holding up. There really wasn't nothing in pre-market. That's why it just didn't show up. We got USEG. USEG would be nice if we could get a pop up. We could get a pop up to about right up in here. What you're looking for is a pop up and get like a topping tail, and then you can try to short. Actually, you could, if it breaks this area right here, if it breaks this area right in here, we could give some gains back. ASTS. If it can break 41, that'll be good. Don't know if it will. And USEG, now 5 minute, we can get back up to the, if we can get back up to the VWAP, that would be good. Then we probably look to short USEG. USEG, I mean ASTS. ASTS, if we can pop 41, that'll be good. Well, ASTS. I've got a small trade on that. Yeah, it ain't going to be much. ASTS, it's just not. I tried to go for it. I'm basically made 10 cents on that. There's nothing there. I tried to go. I bought it down in here. It ran up, hoping that it would break the 41 mark, and it's not. So USEG, yeah, I made like 10 cents on a $40 stock. Yeah, basically break even. At least I didn't lose money. I'm slightly green for the day. USEG is at 70% gain. Good icon, NUKK. NUKK could give some gains back. we look at USEG, couldn't hold the VWAP, sold off. So when it popped back up, couldn't hold the VWAP, and then it sold off again. And NUKK is a low float as well. PPIH. Nothing there. Xena, you could have gotten a trade in on that one. It's not trading that much volume. That's the problem. But it had a slight pullback and a bounce off the VWAP. Just like it came down here, bounced off. It came back, bounced off the VWAP. Didn't break that VWAP or the low. That was like a 15-cent move. I didn't play that. There's not enough volume. NUKK is moving up to the VWAP, but I don't know. Not a lot of volume in there. Last 5 minutes, 36,000. USEG, let's see, HUSA. HUSA, that had a nice pop. Maybe it can drop back down later on today. HUSA. Then USEG. Looks like it could give back some. But I'm looking for a pop back up closer to VWAP and before I can short it. ASTS, I got in on that one, ran it up, basically got 10 cents out of it. Not much. I was hoping that it could break here again in the 41, possibly just break out, but because we had some nice volume coming in there, but we really couldn't. So once we ran up, I moved my stop up to at least get 10 cents out of it, and then it just came back down and hit it. So I'm out of that one. I'm green, but not by much. It's not like I bought 1,000 shares on it. CGTL is micro pullback on CGTL. There's just no volume there. It's trading below the VWAP. And the trade alert popped up, but there's nothing there. We got USCG is not popping back up. HUSA, that one's coming back up. HUSA's definitely popped. So is it going to break the high, or is it going to give it back? And there's heavy volume in there. Spread's really big. USCG is moving back up to the VWAP. It's just a big spread on HUSA. I'm just not going to touch it. HUSA is definitely moving up strong. Volume is drying up a little bit. There's not much that showed up on the trade alerts. I'm looking for micro pullbacks. USEG is not doing anything. NUKK popped up. We've got USEG at 77%. Got Icon at 60%. Icon's at 60%. I mean, they're both low floats. Come on, TradingView update. And we got NUKK. USEG's got a lot of volume, and Icon does too. Icon's trading below the VWAP. USEG. It's trading below the VWAP. It seems like it's kind of weak. NUKK. That had a pop above the session VWAP. HUSA That had a pop and seems like it's trying to go back to the session VWAP. If we look at the New York VWAP, get about 1465. The problem with HUSA is that it's got a high spread. That's the only problem with it. But USEG, HUSA, 400,000 shares in the last 5 minutes. Yeah. USEG's got 1 million. USEG's could give some of its gains back. Yeah, USEG, giving back some of its gains. HUSA is popping up again. I mean, the spread's it's a little high. We got NUKK just kind of coming back down a little bit. And there's not much volume. JVA, I don't think had much volume at all. It didn't. CGTL, nothing. Toro was nothing. SL, COD, that's nothing there. CCCM, that's nothing there. So there's really not much today. I mean, you got USEG that was pretty decent short. I mean, we got Icon. USEG, if we could break that, if we look at USEG, we go below 2 1/4 quarter, it could drop down to $2. It's like 10:30. Most of the time, you can see these low float poppers just kind of pop up and then fade off in the late afternoon. I mean, we've got the SPY. SPY is just kind of going down. We had a nice pop in the morning. Look at the daily. Kind of filled that gap. And then we kind of selling off. Market could be a little bit weak. I mean, we did have a massive run. And the Qs, again, the Qs is had a pop and then it's selling. CLVN. That's up 11%. There's nothing there. HUSA. It's popping again. KLXE showed up. KLXE. No volume in there. In the last 5 minutes, 1500 volume. There's nothing there. Icon is at. Icon's been selling. Endo. And UKK. HUSA has been halted. You got USEG. Yeah, USCG is giving its gains back, so that's pretty decent. We had a run up. We had a pullback. We had a break of that. It was only 5 cents. So, yeah, USCG is looking like it could give back.